Welcome back to Jay and Saltfish. I'm joined with Ashley and Dane. What's going on, guys?
Yeah,
Is
everything's good. Everything's good.
Whatever we're in right now, treating everybody well?
Yeah, I don't even know what this is for real. I don't know what this is. It's like, is it? It's not even lockdown anymore.
That's why I said I don't even know what this is anymore.
No, it's not.
Lockdown's done. Corona. I don't know. Corona's all mad. Firstly, yeah. Before we even get, because we have this bear we have to go through, innit? If Corona doesn't spike based on the current events, do you guys believe that it was ever as bad as he said?
Did it?
Do you think it was a bit of a media hype still?
Yeah.
I
have to see in 2 weeks.
I don't know, because today they said that was only like about 30 people that died from it.
Has it gone up?
No, that's low. 30, that's like tiny numbers for the day.
Just died from it today. Okay, well, I thought we had that incident. No one did. But
I don't know.
China spiked again.
Yeah, but you're gonna expect that though, because when everyone gets back to their thing, that one person that had it still is gonna be coughing around people, and they're gonna.
But that's what but they haven't had protests in that film, so that's why.
When did that happen?
Today.
Oh wow, okay.
Yesterday, yeah.
What's been going on there for it to happen?
Well, they reopened like Disneyland. They reopened like a lot of their little thingies. So now, I hope we don't end it.
I was gonna say, but I don't know. I don't know where you want to start, because if you mentioned that Corona thing, I don't know if you want to start where we're at with that, or if you want to start with other things that's going on. Because I think we should start with other things that's going on before we get to that.
The only reason I said that thing first, because I feel like the other thing was more important, so we probably talk about it for longer. But
I think we should start it. I'm saying we should let.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I'm saying we should get to it. Like I'm saying, because now what I want to talk about is something closer to everybody in this group right now, which is the black people in this chat, and I want to talk about recently the protests that actually been happening over the weekend. Okay. And particularly, I want to talk about what we saw in that protest. Have you guys seen this image of that black guy carrying that far right guy?
Oh yeah.
Away from the beef.
He's planted, fam. I feel like he either got planted. I feel like he got planted, fam.
Who got planted?
I feel like he got planted because firstly, why was he even there, fam? He was planted, fam. Because there was no reason for him to even be there.
Who was planted? Who?
The black dude.
Oh, you think the black dude was a plant?
Yeah, I think they planted him, fam.
Or what?
I think the feds planted him, fam.
Wait. What would that prove?
Nothing. They're trying to make it. They're trying to make it seem like them other people ain't racist, fam, but they are, fam.
No, but if anything, they'll try and make it seem that paints us in a better light.
Yeah, but
they don't want. I don't think they'll want to do that. But in terms of what I'm seeing here, like what I understand from it is, one, my man ran up on he ran up on a protest. From what I think, just from seeing the image of the way he's getting carried, I just see a man getting talking the most, getting run up on at a protest, losing the battle, and then someone's like, "Okay, loud."
Caught in one action shot, fam. That shit. The action was mad, fam.
Legs in the air, bro.
Like we look like an Avenger. That black dude look like an Avenger, fam. He was cold. Okay.
But I don't think he do you feel like what happened in terms of, because they spoke to the guy that did it.
That rescued him? Yeah,
they spoke to the guy that rescued him.
Shame.
He said I think he posted. He said something about basically it's not blacks versus whites. It's everybody versus race. That's what he's saying the fight is. But in terms of that, so him saving, because he's saying we're not just meant to be fighting this man because he's white. Basically, he's doing his duty.
No, but the whole purpose of the white guy being there is, would you say that was right in the first place?
Well, that's the thing. Because if this man had to get
I don't. So then, why the fuck would you save him? Which means him saving him doesn't make sense, fam.
Yeah, that's
I don't understand why he was there. Like, that's just the first thing I said. I was just like, why was he even there?
Like,
Like,
the white guy.
The black guy amidst. So wait, wasn't he amidst? Wouldn't he have been amidst all the right wing people?
No, I think those people were in the. I think those far right people went into the protest and got themselves hurt. There's no other footage than him getting carried out like a baby.
What is that? Was that the Waterloo Station kind of piece? That kind of bit.
Yeah,
was that
the
where
Waterloo, the Waterloo one.
Oh, because I'm thinking. I swear, at one point it was the right wing beefing the police, and then I guess
they were beefing police for no reason.
Yeah, they were beefing the police. But I thought the picture might have come from that kind of period. But obviously it came from the Waterloo that Waterloo clash. But I didn't even really see what happened. So, wait. So were the peaceful protesters and the right wing, they all met at Waterloo in the end?
No, they don't say anything other than the fact that there was a protest and that this man was getting carried. So in my assumption, I feel like this man was...
I swear they said they kept them separate the whole time. This is why I'm so confused, fam.
No, I feel like this guy was like, he was probably part of the far right section where he was trying to basically, because what the far right was saying, they weren't going to start beef or basically draw us out. They were saying they were going there to protect their monuments and their statues.
Yeah.
Why were they fighting police?
Oh. That's what I'm saying.
Why are they fighting police?
I think their statement, not mine. I'm not part of it, but I
Bro,
don't know
the way they
why.
were
Because they're hooligans and thugs.
Exactly.
And some of them just want to drink and fight because they ain't been able to do it.
That's what I for a minute. Yeah, exactly. That's what I said. They're literally taking out anything they missed out on football season. They're just trying to just get out.
Why are they called far right, by the way?
Huh?
Because they're like, why are they put that? I know what it stands for. I know what they do. I don't know why it's called the far right though. But I know that they're just nationalists, isn't it? They're like whatever, like it's almost like whatever to them resembles culture is what, like the culture of this country or whatever country they're in is all they stand for. So it's like anything that goes against something that's seemingly their culture, they're against, despite what it could or couldn't mean. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Is that what far right means?
I think far right just means
one far right position is the view that certain ethnic, racial, or religious groups should stay separate, and it's based on the belief that the interests of one group should be prioritized. So when you say far right, they strongly believe.
Yeah.
So you're racist, basically.
It's all supremacy again. It's white supremacy again.
Yeah.
Whatever supremacy is.
It basically just means that we don't want to put everyone together, and we kind of want everyone to be segregated, and not everyone should be on the same level playing field.
Because I saw Black Lives Matter. The Black Lives Movement. I saw it being termed as far left. I was thinking, what's far left?
Well, when you think of that, then that's obviously the opposing view of the fact that everyone should be separated, and the idea that we should all be treated equally on the same
far
thing.
left.
So just being non-racist, basically.
It seems not just racist. But not just non-racist. Like far left would basically be equality amongst everybody.
Yeah, or like like mixed cultures and blend cultures, but like
it means like we just put an end to everything completely.
Yeah, like anything that. Yeah.
But then, in terms of that, then would you say the Black Lives Matter movement is a completely far left movement? Then
I wouldn't say it is. I would say it's
or is it just more focused on just basically directing the efforts for Black people? Because it is focused on Black people, so it's not to say that it's to focus on everyone.
It's like the creation of it didn't come from preserving something; it came from defending something. Do you know what I mean? Like with the nationalists and that, they're trying to, what they reckon is that they're preserving their culture, despite what it was built on. They're preserving it. But with like Black Lives Matter and that, it's like it's almost like it's like they didn't even get a chance to preserve because what they had was already taken. I was watching bare Black Wall Street documentaries. I didn't even deep how mad it was, and it's like it's not. I don't think it's the same because it's more of like it's almost like a request to be equal. Do you know what I mean? It's like that's all Black Lives Matter is. It's a request to be equal. It's not we're trying to say we're this much better than you or da da da. It's literally a request to be equal. That's all it is. Like it was. Do you know what I mean? Like, so that's why I feel like they're two completely different things. The far right, they're trying to enforce culture, or they're trying to enforce like.
No, they want to keep everything. They want to keep everything as is, and they
as
don't want.
As it is, yeah.
That's
like they're the kind of people that have like the Union Jacks on their windows and shit. Like, do you know what I mean? Them kind of people, like.
But then that's what I'm saying. Like when they're coming to peaceful protests, when everyone, you guys must be aware of Tommy Robertson when he was chatting the most about saying he's going to come down.
No.
Yeah.
He was saying he was going to come down to the protest and start.
Oh yeah.
And then when it comes nearer to the time, he's like, "I never said that. I'm not racist. I'm not coming down."
Yeah.
When everyone basically, there were a lot of people that are going to come down for the reason to be like, "Oh, is Tommy Robinson going to be there?" Let's
Just for that.
So what I'm saying is, like, in terms of the far right coming to these peaceful protests to cause a problem, and then you have this image of this guy carrying this guy out, like some guy that was trying to start a problem. Like, do you feel like, are we taking a higher ground with taking him out of this situation? Because do you feel like that would change this man's opinion of black people?
That's black people's downside. That's our actual weakness, our downside in that. Even if it was true, like our downside and our weakness is that we're too compassionate and we're too accepting and like welcoming. I feel like that, even in that, it's like, I don't know, that's always been our weakness, isn't it? So it's like, we're taking a higher ground, but it's like, at what cost? Do you know what I mean? Because it's like,
I feel like, do we have to do that for the sake of not being portrayed in another aggressive light as an angry black man that doesn't have a point? They just want to fight.
That is that is true. Like, it does. That definitely did help, like, the public perspective on the black man, 1,000%. 1,000%.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, will it change will it really change the view of that far right guy that came to stop us from protesting?
No,
I don't think so.
Because the sad thing is,
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah. No, I think that one guy maybe, but I don't know how it will transpire amongst the rest of them. Like, I don't know if it will do much. Like,
no,
because it don't. Like, do you know what I went on today and I realized, like, you know, Dylan Roof, like a cult, and like he has his own like kind of like almost like cult like religion already, and it's like, this is the generation that's younger than us. So when I was really deep in it, I was like, what is actually going to change? Like, I don't know, fam. Like, and that's why, like, when I see that, I'm like, okay, I understand that, but it's like, I don't want that ever to like dampen like what the true message, isn't it? Like, I don't want people to try and be like, oh, you know what, maybe it isn't as bad. Like, okay, we see them helping each other, da, da, da. Like, do you know what I mean? That's what I don't want. Like, that's literally what I was thinking when I started. It's like, okay, like, I see it, and it's like, but don't let them show it to us and make you think, oh, okay, you know what, things are cool now, let's stop protesting now, like, da, da, da. Do you know what I mean? That's
I don't think
what
I
didn't want it to do, and I'm scared that kind of image will do.
No, because I think I've seen some videos of like, did you guys see the ones where those racist people actually came to like Hertfordshire, and they were like saying slurs to the people that are protesting Black Lives Matter? Like, you saw all the goons of that. Did you see that?
Mm-mm.
Like, they were in Hertfordshire and they were like mocking and swearing and cussing, being like, oh, but blacks kill blacks though, but blacks kill blacks. Why do you care what they're doing, kind of thing? And it's like,
and this is what I'm saying.
I wonder why these people are filled with so much hate that they don't want equality. Like, I don't get that. I do not get. Huh?
The thing is, you don't even need to be there to oppose it. Like, all right, if your argument is blacks kill blacks, that has like, it has nothing to do with what they're saying. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
no, but I don't get what makes you so angry. No, but what can fill you with so much rage about someone of a different color that you're willing to stop them from, like, if someone says, I want to be treated the same as you, like, if someone actually came up to you and said, in your workplace, I want to be treated like you are treated, what makes you say, no, you don't deserve to be treated like I'm treated?
No.
I want to know, I want to understand what in you makes you hate someone for no reason that you don't know, because they look different, that you want to.
I've had no bad experience with them. You don't even know them. It's mad. I don't know, man.
It makes no sense. No, but what? Like, is it change that scares them? That's what I want to know. If it's change that scares them?
It's privilege. That's
No,
what.
but you say privilege, but is it the privilege from? I'm saying these are the people that like the proper working class ones that are coming out in the streets saying, "Stop doing this." Like, if they're saying there's no like, if you're not saying there's like a proper 1% privilege there, what is causing them to act like this? This is what I'm saying. What's their privilege? Just being white?
Pretty much. And
Yeah.
that's just being ignorant anyway.
What do you say?
Yeah, and if it's your privilege and you are privileged, you don't see it. Like a spoiled child doesn't know they're spoiled. Do you know what I mean? Like,
but then that's something. No, but where would that privilege coming from? If you're in a background that doesn't take advantage of your privilege, if you're in the poorest working class, where's your privilege lie? If you're still saying I don't like these people,
because I feel like I was like this thing I was reading before. Like as humans, they say that like we almost always have to have hierarchy, and it's like animals are the same. Like when you deep it, yeah, regardless. Okay, if you can't do it via skill, then you have to find something else, and then you find something else, and then it's like even animals do it. Like they all, I don't know. I just feel like we just have to always have that enforced, and it's just I don't know whether it's like insecurities people have within themselves, like, or like I don't know, like anything really. So
yeah, but then how do we? But do you feel like we're actually breaking down this hierarchy?
No.
In what sense, though?
In the sense of we're getting the equality.
Probably. Like maybe it's not gonna be. It's gonna be like they're not gonna like it, but probably.
Because I think definitely, I think
so.
we've definitely taken strides because I think that's what makes these people angrier. Because they're like, why are they getting opportunities that I'm not? If you see what I'm saying, that what makes them even angry about the change.
Yeah, there hasn't been shift like this before. Definitely.
There's definitely
yeah.
It's still a long way to go, but yeah.
And it's just yeah.
But in terms of the rights, do you feel like they're going about the? Do you feel like we're going about the right way with, like, for instance, the monuments? Because they've even recently said, that like the government's willing to say that people who can face 10 years in prison for defacing the monuments, like the one that got torn down, like of that slave owner. Is it the Center Path one as well? They're saying that got defaced, and they're saying that people can offer. They're basically saying, 10-year prison sentences for defaced monuments. But in my head, like, do you feel like, I mean, people need to send a message by doing these to monuments that should these monuments still be up? Anything that kind of basically references a history that was built on slavery.
No.
And this is what it is. It shouldn't, but it's back to whose history you're referring to. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I was saying about like the people who are trying to preserve what they believe is their culture, despite what it was built on. They don't care about how London was built or who built it. They just cared that it was built and when it. Do you know what I mean? There's little things like that.
They hold this is
the same with Churchill when they're like, say that again.
No, but this is what I'm saying. They'll say, well, Churchill built. Well, he
or he
England.
led us. Or he said he was like, or whoever led them through wars and shit. But it's like, okay, he led you through a war, but then how many of whatever you had were slaves? Do you know what I mean? It's like they're not thinking about that at all. So I don't know. It's like their history.
What do you say?
Say that again?
Didn't he kill like a lot of people?
Yeah, but a few of them are a bit. I mean, there's a time where it's like you would say racism was accepted in these days.
Yeah, it was like normal.
So it wasn't considered racism.
So, yeah, but exactly.
What you would say in those times, because this is I've noticed. I saw a Facebook conversation where someone was talking about that monument of the slave owner that got torn down.
Yeah.
Like, that monument got torn down, and then some guy put on his Facebook saying, "Oh, I will tell anybody why this monument should have been torn down." And a girl proceeded to, she was white, and she proceeded to say, "Oh, it should never have been torn down because it was our history and it's English, and to tear that down, you're basically disrespecting the veterans." And
that's what I was saying.
Well, we've got to ask our question: Is it about having basically? Is it more important to preserve the respect of the veterans, or is it more important to have something that basically is the face of a slaver in your face every day? Like, do you want to? Because that basically
That's
marks
what
the
I'm saying.
history in front of a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there's other ways to. I think there's other ways to. I think there's other ways to commemorate a war, for instance. If you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like a monument would a monument with like just a normal statue that says, "Oh, this commemorates all the soldiers that died in this time."
Yeah.
If that's not like that doesn't need like I don't see people should deface that. That like I get that just
Oh no, yeah.
that completely talks about the war and it just says
Yeah,
we're respecting you. But if you have an active slave owner and you mark him, and I mean that's commemorating what he's done.
Yeah, that's praising it.
Exactly.
100%.
Yeah.
There's a
But
time we have to
that's what
shift
I'm
with
saying.
this
It's like, no, what it is, I don't even know if it's that. I think they're seeing past the fact he was a slave. They're trying to see past
Yes, because they don't see it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what it is. They don't care because it's like, it's nothing to do with them. It's not their families that were like part of it or anything like that. So they're just totally trying to neglect it. And it's like, that in itself.
That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the same people who, as we notice, like the same people who don't understand their privilege. Do you know what I mean?
But you can't keep ignoring slavery.
Yeah.
But you can't ignore slavery.
Why can't
what?
No. No, but what
do you say you can't what?
You can't ignore slavery.
Yeah, no, white people do ignore. They definitely ignore. Like, I was watching the Black Wall Street thing and they were saying about how, like, they want to start to uncover, like, some of the people who, like, obviously they were just built, like, they were just, like, mass graves, in it. So they want to, like, start to, like, trace things back. And even some of the white people were like, why do you care? It's over already. Like, all the responses from the white people was like, okay, well, it's done. Like, it's already done. I'm like, why do you care? Like, and it's like, because it's my fam. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's little things like that. There's a link that they just don't have to any of this.
I feel like what people need to understand is, like, you can say you do respect someone that has done something for your history, but you have to understand that in someone else's face, it could mean something entirely different.
Yeah, 1000%.
If I was to go to if I was to go to a town where they have pictures of like, if I were to go to a town where they have pictures of slavers, like, or statues of slavers, and they're like, oh no, he built this town on this. I'm thinking, he built the town of slavery, and you guys are celebrating that he built the town.
Celebrating it, yeah.
And I'm in this town right now. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
Uncomfortable. 1000.
Because you just like, I think, like, again, I have a conversation where they don't understand certain things. Where like, have you read there Why I No Longer Talk to White People About Race?
Say that one more time.
Have you read Why I No Longer Talk to White People About Race?
No.
Ash, have you read it?
Again?
Have you talked
to
read race? Dear White People, Why I No Longer Talk to White People About Race?
Not all of it.
Yeah.
Not all of it.
Well, but like, there's a bit where she was talking about, I'm not asking you to not see my race. I'm asking you to understand it.
Yeah.
Well, you basically, like, for instance, and the woman I was talking to, she basically said, oh, I don't see race. She said it. She said, I don't see race. Like, I'm not racist. I don't see race. She said, oh, like, for instance, if I call my little girl a little monkey, I just say it like, I just mean like, oh, she's a cheeky little monkey. But then if I said it to a black person, I said she's a cheeky little monkey, then it's offensive. But I didn't mean it like that. I'm like, that's the problem with you saying you don't see race.
Yeah.
You have to understand. You have to understand race. You have to understand the differences to understand why something would offend someone else.
Yeah.
So if you fully just disregard the fact that someone's saying, oh no, I don't see your color, so that's why they see that slaver statue and they're like, oh, it doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does. You have to understand the people around it. See as a slaver statue.
How many people it resembles? Because it resembles. Yeah.
I think that's the most frustrating part. The fact that they choose to just ignore, disregard everyone else.
Yeah, and you can't do that because the statue has to represent everything that person stood for. And if they stood for slavery, then you can't
ignore that.
No, we have to open our eyes and actually understand why something would offend someone else. Because it's not you. we get it's not you, but you need to see why this is a problem for someone.
Exactly.
And I'm hoping that people are actually start to see some of the problems.
The thing is, I'm lucky, but at the same time, and actually, no, it is a good thing. I don't actually feel like I have any culturally clueless white people around me. Like everyone.
Ever?
No,
not
that I have around me. That I had a conversation with one. Like, no. Only that. No, actually, no. I'll tell a lie. One woman at work, this old woman, and I heard that she used the phrase "colored," which was mad.
Yes.
Yeah.
This you don't understand.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. That woman's she's just a bit off, fam. But flipping. Other than that, like, I mean, like in regards to like people like, I don't know, like our age or like even just within like a maybe like 5 to 10 year range, I don't really have any of those people around me. Like they all seem to like, because of like, they all seem to like enjoy some part of or some piece of Black culture. They all seem to kind of like understand everything I say to them, or like hit me up with like some sort of like, do you know what I mean? Like, understanding kind of.
You would like to think so, but
so,
yeah, I've had both. So
really, well, like close
but,
friends, like people you actually talk to.
Well, not close now, because then they wouldn't be like close friends. But
yeah,
people I've definitely talked to.
Like, were you at one point you were close to them and then they just did something like iffy?
No, it's just like you. Although some people have exposed themselves on my Facebook, where it's like, oh, you need to get removed now. Like this has opened up a lot of people when it's like, oh, I didn't know that was your opinion. You need to
what
go.
kind of things have you seen that have made you feel a bit iffy about people?
Well, posting articles saying about all the Black protests are going to cause more corona spikes. But it's like, but you didn't post anything about everybody clapping on NHS in Westminster. You weren't complaining about them. Like, if you were complaining about them both, I wouldn't say nothing, because you're just complaining about public spaces. But you only decide to target when people are out in the street protesting. Like, I see you. And then in the comments, and people supporting her, and I'm like, yeah, you need to get removed. I'm like, I don't need your energy around. But I'm hoping things will change. But when I say I hope things will change, did you guys hear, after all these protests, did you guys hear about what happened in Atlanta today?
Sorry, from you.
Or today or tomorrow? Oh no, today or yesterday. Did you hear about it? The guy, the Black man was shot when he was running. He was shot 3 times in the back.
I'm gonna no.
Running from who?
From the police. A police shot him 3 times in the back.
With a gun, normal gun.
Yes, yeah, in Atlanta.
Sure again now.
Yep.
But
that
why?
happened. Why? Well, he was resisting arrest.
Another police shooting. It's a body cam. I don't know if I want. Yeah, I don't really watch these body cam footage.
No, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to watch it.
I don't know what it's for. I didn't even watch.
Yeah, so he was shot like he was resisting arrest, and then when he was running, he was shot in the back 3 times. They're saying that they're saying that like basically like he had a taser on him or something. But then
I thought I started to read. I started to read it before I saw your message to join. Yeah, but the taser. Who had the taser? The police.
He had the taser. No, the guy had the taser.
Oh, I thought the police had the taser and he was trying to take it off.
But the idea in itself is like, even though he was resisting arrest, and when he was running, is it appropriate force to shoot him in the back 3 times?
Oh yeah.
That's the question. Like during all what's going on right now, is there a time, especially when he's running away?
Oh yeah, but is it easy to body cams to drop? The body cam, there's no footage. The body cam's on the floor.
You're looking at the body cam?
Yeah, his body cam fell. Oh wait, shit. Oh wait, no, I'm not gonna watch the rest of it. Basically, his body cam fell.
Well, the police officer.
Yeah, and it's just facing the sky.
No, but this is the thing. Like during this time as well, the question is, why do the police always shoot to kill though? Because in the back, that's shooting to kill. Man. If you wanted to if you wanted to stop him from escaping, or you just wanted to suppress him, wouldn't you shoot him wouldn't you aim for his legs?
No, this is mad though, fam. I can't even lie to you.
Huh? What you say then?
They don't see. There's no death. Like, there's no death. There's no death. Okay. So yeah, do you want me to explain to you what happened?
Yeah, go on.
Because it's nothing like. All right. So yeah, it shows him. Basically, it shows. Shit. Sorry. It shows him. Just getting arrested, just standard, yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the police are like arresting him, and then he tries to bust out, and then he's grabbing. And bro, when I say these lot are scrambling for time, like, bro, he's flipping the feds. Like, so I'll just send you the link. It's on Telegraph. It's on Telegraph's YouTube.
But he's scrapping with the police.
Yeah, like, and they're kind of holding him down for a piece, and then he kind of jets off, like. He flips one of them up, and then he runs off screen, innit? And then I don't know.
That's when they shoot him.
Yeah, like everything. Always, what I'm saying, the body cam's in the sky at first, and then you're seeing it from the dash cam now, and
but then is that really appropriate force?
But there was only two of them. Like, he was. It's tough. It was unnecessary, but. They didn't need to clap him. Definitely not, because he didn't have a weapon. But I think, does he have one of their tasers? Because it looks mad, fam.
I think what they did is wrong, but apparently the officer that shot him, that she said that she's resigned now, but she's only resigned.
There's not even a shit there, fam.
Huh?
So maybe there's an officer off screen. There's an officer off screen then, because it was a woman that shot him.
Yeah, that's what it said. Yeah.
There's no woman in the beef. There's no woman like in the beef. Like, the woman is in the car. She's probably just chilling. Wait. Yeah. See, I did read it right. So he got one of their tasers.
Oh.
So in the beef, yeah, they're beefing, and then they're like trying to tase him and that, and then he has one of their tasers. And then because the two feds that are beefing them, they don't have guns. They have just tasers. And then the other one tries to tase him, but he's already dipping off. And I think that's when the other fed might come out and then shot him.
You like at a time like this, that is like, I mean.
Yeah, you don't want to do that right now.
I mean, the police like need to stop going to.
So then, watch the video, yeah. Hold on, it should be my.
Because do you know what the officer said afterwards as a statement?
Bro, it's mad. I'm gonna send it to the group. Say that again.
No, I'm saying the officer said afterwards, this is the time for the city to move forward and build trust between the law enforcement and the communities they serve. I mean, is that really kind of strengthening?
Wait, you said it after shooting?
Well, it is, yeah.
Yeah.
When
bruh.
And what I was gonna say, and this kind of feeds into what I was gonna say. Another thing, yeah, it should be illegal for the police, for anything to happen, any event to happen, and the police have no body cam. I think they should automatically be charged with whatever for not having body cam footage.
Well,
how did the one that shot him not have her body cam on there?
Well, it's funny you say that, because I want to. Huh? It's funny because I want to talk about something. I actually there was a few things. Huh? No, I was gonna say there's a few things. There's a few things that basically there's an article that came across that was about 7 solutions that the US police. I mean, 7 solutions to US police problems, basically. And the body chemical. And I want to go through with these 7 solutions and wonder if you thought any of them were actually things that would actually probably improve things, or if it will actually, or any that you pick out that can think actually maybe we actually could go forward with. The first one is actually to go with if we should rewrite the use of the force policies.
Rest in peace, Rayshard Brooks, by the way. That was kind of mad. We just spoke about him and just let him die. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, as you were saying, like basically like.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was going back or not.
Huh?
Keep going. No, I said I didn't know if it was going back to it or not.
But no, it was on that same subject. I was going to close with that. Yeah. But yeah, I was going to say, like, so basically one idea is, should we rewrite the use of the force policies in America? Because basically, apparently different states can have different rules about excessive force in the excessive force used to stop people.
Yeah.
Do you think it's actually effective if there was like one unified rule across the whole country, basically, or just around the whole country that would basically say what force is allowed to be used at certain...
Because other than that, it will always be subjective.
Yeah.
And you can't leave things like that up to people, like up to people's like they're like I don't know. Yeah, because like it's so easy for like, for instance, that means like any like female officer that might feel threatened or whatever by a bigger like black male.
Because George Floyd, like for George Floyd, getting people in chokeholds was not actually. They only banned it after he died. In Minneapolis, before the use of force that they used against him was technically
and it's because it was used on not Trayvon. Who was it used on?
Can't see America doing that though. Just for the fact that all their laws...
unified rule. No, because different states have different rules. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every state is different. So,
but the problem is with every state being different, as you can see, what happened with George Floyd. Some people are using that. It's only banned now, so a man has to die before they decide to change their policy.
Well, I'm sure this is the second man that's died from it. But
no, in that. So but what I'm saying in that state. I'm saying in that state, for instance.
Oh, in that state. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's stupid, fam. Like, oh yeah, that's it, Eric Garner.
oh yeah.
I think that would. Yeah, I think that would be a rule that would be effective.
Universally, it should be just nationwide.
And then, if you have universal,
no,
if you have a universal as well, they'll have to use that same force, whether or no matter what race they are. They can't use it more.
Yeah, exactly. So that's why it should be. Like, but I feel like it will always be. You will never be able to do that though. Like, I don't feel like you'll ever be able to like determine how scared or so-called scared someone is. Do you know what I mean?
A police officer.
Yeah, for them to be like, yeah, definitely. I mean, because what could it be apart from just saying no? Because you can't. I feel like having it. Well, it's out completely now, isn't it?
Yeah, they banned it. No, but they banned it there in Minneapolis. Other places can probably still do that same thing.
They have to ban it everywhere because
this is what I'm saying. So that would be effective. But this is what I'm saying. So it would be effective.
Until it's stupid. Yeah. Just it. Yeah. So if they do that, nationwide, it will definitely be effective.
Okay, here's number 2. Do you think defunding the police force will help? In terms of like,
I was listening to like people talk about this, and then there was like a confusion as to what this actually was.
I think it basically means to take money. I mean, they pump more money into that than they're saying like mental health and housing.
Yeah.
Like, is it more important to just take some money from the police force itself and put elsewhere?
Yeah, or it's not even so much that. It's so much as because of the amount of funding they receive, and they receive like a ridiculous amount of funding. So it's just literally, it's not even taking money from them. It's literally just reducing the amount of funding they receive from the government or whatever.
But to be honest, I'm not sure defunding the police force will help.
Yeah, of course it will. It depends.
What does defunding actually entail? It just means defunding it would basically mean less equipment, less police officers. I mean, how would that actually benefit in terms of
because if you reinvest it into what the actual cause of the problem is, then maybe the solution may appear. If you invest it into like the like impoverished communities that are like have high crime rates, that feel like they need to commit crimes in order to survive, it's not even like they're in positions where they can just live. They're like in positions where they have to like survive, innit?
So you feel like funneling that money into places where I think, but you think it would be better to like apply to communities?
Yes, because then from what we've seen before, when the communities that were impoverished have more money and can actually operate, the crime rates fall then you'll need less police anyway. So you don't need the only reason they're paying for so much police is because they're increasing the poverty in the other community. So it's like, so it's literally, they're doing it on purpose. So it's like, it's not defunding, it's just literally reducing, because they get excessive funding anyway. Let's not act like they're not getting excessive funding. Like, they have excessive funding. So, like, I'm sure, like, even if it doesn't have to be a mass percentage, I'm sure it could even be maybe like a 15, maybe even 15%. I'm sure even that alone, like, will start to, like, help. And then that, in turn, will reduce the amount of police you need. So
I hear what you're saying. So basically, the idea is that defunding means basically kind of redirecting that money somewhere that could actually, let's try and prevent the crime rather than just trying to stop the criminal.
Well, when you see all of the communities that have, like you, as I said, I watched this it's just watching the Black Wall Street docs, bro, I'm telling you. And you see it everywhere. Like, you see, like, in Jewish community, within Asian communities, or within all of, like, the kind of communities we see within, like, London themselves. Those communities themselves, they don't have, like, you don't see crime amongst them, because they're able to operate in a way that they need to operate, because they're not fighting for survival. They can just operate now. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you're put in a position where you're fighting for your survival, you do the most. You're forced to do the most every day. So it's like, it's literally that. Like, I'm telling you, like as soon as you see, like, a certain community, any community thrive, the crime rate falls. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's always proven. Like, you see it everywhere. Like, so I don't know. It's so mad. Like, I think that is what they need to redirect the funds towards. And then, and then in turn, what's silly is that in turn, the communities that will be built, and, like, company or businesses or whatever that will be built after that, will be tax-paying businesses, which in turn will give them more money anyway. So really, it will just come back to them eventually. They just have to be willing to be patient and actually be willing to do it. That's why I feel like all these things are just done on purpose. Like, it's all, I feel like it's, call me a conspiracy theorist, but I can see, it just seems like it's everything is just to do with this white supremacy. 1,000%.
Control.
Yeah, it's all supremacy, because the solution is right there, but people are choosing not to take it because it will balance things out too much, and they don't want that balance.
Right. So in number three is dismantle the police. Like, do you feel like that would be effective, or do you think that would be that'll be too extreme?
As in, get rid of them completely.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Like, I think get rid of them. Like, do you feel that's a course of action that should happen, or do you feel like defunding would, in terms of what you said, would be something that we would? Because dismantling the police, I think that could. I mean, I think that's a dangerous precedent.
I'd say reconstruct.
Yeah, I don't think you could do that now. Once, as I said, like, once the communities themselves are thriving, then you can dismantle the police. Because
I don't think you can dismantle the police entirely, because I feel like there's a point where everyone would start actually, when some people start operating in their own spheres, I feel like it'll get to the point where, like we just said, there's no rules to what force you can use. So if you dismantle the police entirely, then people can start deciding what force they will use. If you know what I mean, you see what I'm saying? I think I think we do need some regulation, and it's about regulating the people that are actually in charge right now.
Yeah, 1,000.
That's what I think.
Reconstruction. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Definitely reconstruct it.
But do you still feel like we need some kind of law enforcement?
Yeah.
But no, I said, when people are able to operate amongst themselves, honestly, I feel like crime will fall so much that you won't even, like, the way communities are, I don't think you would need them. Eventually,
you say that, but I feel like there's a lot of time where there could be anarchy. There's some people where you feel like you do need. If the world with anybody feeling that there's not a chance that there will be consequences, that's called the purge.
No, but bro, like, I understand that, but bro, like, have you ever, like, if you go on YouTube, and and I said, that's what I'm saying, not right now, but if you go on YouTube and you look up, like those, I don't know how to explain it, you have those, they might just like an island, and it just has like a small population. And there was one, I think it's near Brazil. I can't remember what their population was, maybe like 3,000, something like that, something small. Bro, they don't have crime, fam. They have no crime, bro. Like, they have no crime.
No, but you say that, but who's reporting crime?
Bro, there's people living...
No, but that's what I'm saying. No, who's reporting crime? Of course, people do bad things, but there's consequences.
Bro, okay, even if this... Bro, maybe they're lying. Maybe they're lying. But, bro, on this report, there was no crime, and they welcome anyone from outside. You just have to be able to get to the island. There's no crime.
Where is this?
It's like off the coast of Brazil.
Okay.
Right, you find that while I move to the next one. The next one, which is I strongly agree, is demilitarize the police.
Demilitarize.
That means like give them all the guns and things. Like I think that needs to be done in America. I think they're too trigger happy.
That'll probably never happen.
The people have guns. You can't.
No, that'll never happen in America.
No, but what I'm saying is, do you feel like that is an effective thing that would change how they operate?
Regardless, it's too late now because people own guns.
I'm not saying too late. What I'm saying is, in a world where you could take away their guns. I'm saying in a world where you can take away their guns. Do you feel like that would be an effective way of changing how things are being policed?
Oh, yeah, less people would die.
Yeah, just look at Europe.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like that's an effective thing to do.
But I think
but they'll never do it. They'll never do that.
In America, it's too late. It's like part of their law to have a gun.
Yeah, it's part of their culture.
Yeah,
patriarchy. They want guns. They'll never let that go.
Yeah, and then you have a man getting shot in the back 3 times.
Yeah, it's embedded in their culture.
I think that's one of the most effective ways that you can get change. Demilitarizing and reducing the amount and the gun.
I do understand that. But like the deaths we've seen, actually no, some of them have been, but the last two highlights weren't shootings. So it's like if they don't shoot us, then they'll just do something else, bro. Do you know what I mean? That's why I don't feel.
In terms of what, America?
Yeah. But what I'm saying is like also I think just getting rid of guns in America will change a lot as well, generally. Yeah. Because then also police say that they fear that this man had a gun. If people don't have a gun, they can't say that excuse that they feared he had a gun for me to pull out mine.
Yeah, the approach is different.
Yeah, but and that's what I'm saying. Where guns are just out, like there's so many guns.
What I'm saying is America needs to. I think that's one of America's biggest problems: the guns.
Yeah,
I don't think. I think, like Ashley said, looking at Europe, you see how Europe operates without guns. And even in the scale of school shootings, think about it.
That's true. That is true.
Anyone can have a gun.
Here's number 5. Do you feel like suing the police will be able to help? Because apparently suing currently, like when you sue, a lot of the cases get thrown out. But they're saying that if you sue the police, basically it gives people a chance to just basically throw frivolous lawsuits at the police to say, oh, well, I'm suing you if you touch me, kind of thing. Yeah. But do you feel like actually suing, like actually holding police accountable with legitimate lawsuits would actually make a change?
Yeah, they were acting out of pocket 1,000.
Definitely.
I think so. I genuinely think that would be one.
They're too protected. That's always been a problem.
And then it moves from
exactly. I'm saying like the lawsuits get thrown out.
Yeah. Just get swept under the rug.
You should be held accountable, which is also what I think is a big change in terms of this case, with why it feels different, because these men are actually getting charged.
Yeah.
That never happens.
But
like you said, like I told you, that woman, she just resigned and said that I hope that we can trust the police one day. When you shot a man in the back 3 times. Like, how could you even have the audacity to say that?
It's actually insane.
As I said, it's only because of what's going on now. If there weren't all these protests and I don't even think it would be like this. I don't think it'll be Like,
but this is what I'm saying. It feels different. That's why everyone said it feels different.
Yeah, it does. It does. But I just want it, and like, hopefully it stays. This isn't just like a front. Because remember, bro, we're only seeing this case because it was publicized. Like, think about how many cases we don't see.
I haven't been, yeah.
How many were uncovered now just because we saw this first one? Like, there's going to be there could be many more like that going forward that we just don't know about or we don't see.
Well, the thing, as you say that, number 7, I haven't done number 6 yet, but number
Body
7
counts?
is start counting into, like, in terms of, do you think that'll make a difference in terms of start counting the actual people that are being killed by the police? Do you feel like that will make a difference in terms of how the police are operating?
What do you mean?
If we start counting the bodies that they're accountable for killing.
I feel like they will always have some way of combating it. Like, when it comes to like statistics like that.
Like, should this data be made? Well, should this data be made available to us to see the true details?
Yeah. Maybe. Like, it depends because, yeah, actually, if the person is murdered or something, then yeah. But it just depends, like, because it depends on, like, say, like, the case they reckon they were, like, on the person for is, like, part of a bigger case, then that can't be open to the public. For whatever reason, they could be, you know what I mean?
No, but I think if you make the numbers, I do think if you make the numbers more available to everybody, it gives them a sense of accountability for their actions. I think you immediately become more accountable.
Would that help?
Yeah, once you think about being more accountable, you will generally tell. Like, what I'm saying is not you personally. I'm saying, think of it like a state. If a state feels like they're more accountable for the fact that they have this amount of deaths based on the police, their police force will work on thinking, we need to think of ways how to avoid killing people to reduce these numbers. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're saying, oh, we have killed 50 black men in our state in the last month.
Wait, so you think they don't have that number? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is they don't make it available to us. But because they record these data in their office, but not all of these things, not all of these data.
They can just be like, oh, it's data protection. We don't want to tell them.
They don't tell everybody. They don't tell everybody numbers. We only know about the numbers where we see, for instance, these cameras and stuff.
So they'd still try and finesse it. Finesse the numbers. Somehow.
Anyway, anything to do with stats, they'll finesse it.
Yeah, politically, they'll protect themselves.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, if these numbers were
blood and these feds are like a gang, fam. They hold each other down. Like, they're not gonna just expose each other like that. They're like they're like a gang. Like, they're for each other.
But what I'm saying is, if these numbers were available,
if there was a way for them to force them to actually, I still think they're
accountable. But holding people accountable does make a difference. Look at when you just see a post of people putting all the names of the black people that have been killed. Does that kind of hold up an image of look at these names? But think about all the others that haven't been named. If these numbers were actually given to us, you would think.
That's true. Yeah. So like, we could, but I don't understand. Like, what I'm saying is, they won't. Maybe they will. Actually, no. Maybe they will compile it in a way what would be like ethnicity, blah, blah, blah. But I don't feel like they'll do that, fam. They will just lump them all into something that you won't be able to. I don't think you'll be able to find that out. Like,
they'll find a way to misconstrue.
Yeah, like, I don't, and it's like, then I feel like when you do that and you say that you can make it public knowledge, then if they put out a stat that's untrue and misleading, you might start thinking, okay, well, it's saying this, but really they're doing this, and then you're just fooled anyway. So, like, it's like, okay, even if we had the numbers, it's like, how much would we be able to trust them? Do you know what I mean?
It's the same thing with Grenfell.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, that's literally. I was watching.
What's the official number? Was it 72 or something?
And also, the anniversary as well. I still rest in peace. That's the anniversary today as well. 3 years.
And once again, Wall Street again. They said it was like around 100, but it was they all say it was around 300. So any stats they give you,
buildings burning, like,
yeah,
crazy.
Did you see that? Sorry, did you see that? Fucking, sorry to swear, that oil tanker that blew up in China.
No.
bro, that shit was the explosion was mad. Like you saw the clouds move, bro. That shit was wild. It killed like
recently.
10, bro. Like maybe like 4 hours ago now, 4 or 5 hours ago now.
Damn.
Like the way the footage was mad, fam. Like the amount of buildings it took out was wild. It took out like, imagine it looked like 2 small car parks almost, like that size buildings.
Yeah.
Like the explosion was
wild. All right, number 6 was, this is the final one. Huh?
I'm guessing it's body cams.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
So which I'm guessing is body cams.
Oh yeah, the final one. Yeah, the final one, number 6, is body cam. So basically, policing the police. No, the idea is basically policing the police, basically. So for instance, do we need someone to basically watch the police? Like, do we need someone to filter the bad apples with things like body cams and stuff as well? Like, do we need somebody to be able to watch the police to stop?
But wouldn't they try and corrupt them?
Who?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, if they work for the police, that's what I'm saying. The police
I'm saying that. But for instance, if you had, for instance,
like a nomination,
if you had a higher organization, I'm saying like people that were like ethnically diverse.
Oh yeah, there's one. I heard about them recently, and they basically like a tech group that are like human rights.
But if you had people to watch the police in these situations, do you feel like that like the use of body cams is meant to be a direction in the fact that we're meant to see how they're behaving, basically? Like, do we need eyes on the police ourselves to weed out these bad apples?
Yeah, and I also feel like the witnesses should be able to stop or police the police if they collectively agree something is wrong. But yeah, with that, I don't know, with body cams, I don't understand how that would work. I just feel like the police should just have to always have them on. And you be like, because all of these, that's the footage we just saw, no body cam. Like, all the body cams always off, or it's just some funny done angles, or just, do you know what I mean? You don't see, it's mad, unless someone else has caught it. I think if the police, like, commit any arrest or, like, anything like that without the body cam on, they should already be, like, subject to some sort of, like, I don't know.
Something,
Yeah. Therefore, just for switching off your body, like, as soon as you put on your uniform, your body cam should have to stay on all shift. If it's ever turned off, boom, like, you're in jail for 3 months.
Or like, again, this is what I'm saying. I think the biggest thing that we need, we only got like 10 minutes, so I just want to say is to end it. I think the biggest thing that we need, though, unless you guys agree with me, is like the police need to be accountable for their actions, like accountability. Like, they can't just do these things and walk free or just get fired or suspended.
Yeah.
Like, if you kill a man and it's not in self-defense, you just kill a man.
Yeah.
You should be held. You should be held for murder, like any man that kills another man on the street.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, 1,000. But once again,
I feel like
this goes back to their excuse for killing him.
Yeah, but then again, this is why I feel like this is different, because this is the first time where they're actually being held accountable for real.
Yeah.
But let's see if they actually get charged.
What, the other 3?
Yeah.
Do you agree with the second degree? Do you think it should have been first, or do you agree with second?
I'll say second.
First.
Why? Why do you say second?
Because isn't first the idea of like intentionally going out to kill? Yeah.
Yeah, but for how long he was on him, wouldn't it have changed from like defense or whatever so-called defense to intent? Because after a while he weren't defending, so then he intended on like killing him.
Yeah, I guess.
I just thought he was directly looking at him, doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it then. I haven't watched it though.
You haven't seen it?
I haven't watched the whole thing either.
He's looking directly in his eyes with his it's intent.
Well, that's it.
It's intent.
But I just want to wrap up the hopefully, I'm just saying, hopefully this is a chance for change, maybe. Moving on quickly though, let's just touch COVID real quick. Apparently, Boris, I just want to say this quickly. Boris said that we can start, the shops are opening again, yeah? But apparently they're getting rid of changing rooms. and you can't touch the clothes. And if you go to a bookshop, if you touch a book, you either have to buy it or put it on like some little tray, and then the book can't be purchased for 3 days.
What?
Do you feel like shopping's gonna work properly?
Hey, that's like pre-ordering a book for myself, or like reserving a book for myself. I'll just go in and start touching shit.
All about
then you gotta buy it.
And you can't touch any clothes when you can't try on clothes. You can't try on any clothes touching.
I don't try on clothes anyway. So
no, but you can't touch them. You can't touch them.
What, clothes?
No, you can't. Unless you're gonna buy them.
That's stupid.
Well,
as long as they have it in a way where I can see the whole clothes, then that's fine. But don't put it like hitch up in a corner and expect me not to touch it.
They'll have to change like, how clothes or whatever been displayed. They'll have to change that.
Exactly. If it's not displayed right, then you can suck my holes.
Do you feel like we can get? Do you feel like we can do some effective shopping
online?
I'm online anyway, so it just doesn't affect me.
Exactly.
Even for jeans.
Yeah.
Oh, I understand where he's coming from, but now,
for
bro,
jeans.
once you know your jeans, that's it, pattern, fam. You gotta order a couple, send back the ones that. Oh yeah, do they receive jeans back? Do they take them back?
You can't wear the clothes and take them back. I'm saying COVID, bro.
No, online you can. You can still return clothes online.
I just realized. Wait, so how can retail shops do that then, and online they're doing something else?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But once you know your size, then that's it. You're up, man.
But I'm just thinking, I don't think it's gonna work. I mean, you can't not touch something and then be like, "Wait, you bought it now," or put it in the quarantine pad.
They're gonna start strong and then it'll fizzle out.
Yeah.
They'll care less and less.
Until everyone starts their own thing.
Yeah. They'll care less over time.
Yeah, I hear you. And one more thing here. What do you man think of the new PS5?
PS5 or PS5?
You seen any hit titles? Do you think it's gonna be a hit?
Be by strip club right now, but we might. I don't know. I want that Alia game, but I don't care for it right
Looks
now.
better than Xbox. I'll say that.
Is Xbox still sleeping?
Have you seen the Xbox? Have you seen the new one?
I haven't seen it.
That's a big block.
Oh yeah, I've seen the room.
Big black box.
I think that looks kind of cold. Like I'm not gonna lie.
No, man.
Nah.
I prefer it over PS, fam.
No, it doesn't. And the thing, you can put the PlayStation sideways. You can put the PlayStation sideways then.
Oh, you can? Okay.
You can, yeah. You can bust it on its side. Yeah.
I still don't like how it looks. But
on its side, it will still look like a TiVo box, but it will look cold. Like it will look, but they could have just, if they had that in black, it would probably look sexy. I can't lie. All black, sexy.
You plan to get You plan to get on release
2030. No, fuck that. I don't see the point.
No. I don't think no one does, to be fair. Who actually plays games?
Not anymore. After, no, not anymore. And before
there's no big releases that make me wanna. I need this now.
Horizon.
Yeah, but I can wait for Horizon for a little bit.
That's true.
If it was Dark Souls 4, then I'll be like, yeah, but it's only Demon Souls. Huh?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think Horizon's a launch game.
And Leah ain't gonna be launched. I mean, I feel, what's it called? Is it Leah? I typed it in earlier.
Is that the Square Enix one?
Project. Yeah.
Project. I don't know. Leah? No.
I typed it in earlier. I didn't. But yeah, that game was cold.
Would you think that will even get finished?
Nope.
Okay.
Fear. That's it. Fear. That's not coming out. That's definitely not coming out on release. That's probably coming out. I'm hoping they drop it in the next maybe year, 2 years. But I can't wait.
I'm saying then you can, and the price will go down in it to at least 600, and it'll be good.
Yeah,
that's a fair price for it. About 6.
How much is it?
I'll wait until it's free. 300.
It's meant to be 8 or
How much did you say?
It's meant to be 8.
300. That's what I'm waiting.
We're waiting for free.
How much did you say, Andrew?
I said what? I said meant to be 8.
How much did you say?
It's meant to be 8.
8 bills.
Yeah.
Fuck off! I'm not paying 8 bills for any.
No. Take 500 off. I'm sorry.
You're gonna wait for free.
Like game console.
I did that with PS4.
Yeah, 3 bills, bro. Yeah, 3-4 bills. They shouldn't be running anything more than 5 bills. You can get out of here from.
So we banging PS4 for a minute then, yeah. No,
4 is a stretch for me. I'm not doing that.
Yeah, that's calm.
All right then.
Like I know we get. I'm not getting drawn out, fam. I'm not letting them draw me out.
So the PS5 gonna wait.
And then they'll drop a Pro like 6 months after.
Yeah, exactly. Come Christmas, it's £200 off.
Yeah, exactly, fam. Your one's out of date already. Memory full up, fam. You know what I mean? It's all mad. It's all mad.
All right, then. No PS5 then. All right.
Not for now.
Not on launch. No, definitely getting it though. Not on launch though.
All right then. All right, I'm gonna find out on this.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us or chatting with Fish. You can find us on Twitter. No one can see that the video ain't going up. You can find us on Twitter and Instagram at Chatting Fish. Or you can find us.
No, no one can see it. I don't want anyone to see me doing that.
Or you can listen to us. On SoundCloud, iTunes, and YouTube. It's Chatting Fish everywhere. Until next time, peace.